party people! Hello! It's Randy. I'm here for Just James Beads today. I hope you guys are getting this live because I tried to go in through the event and I don't know what happened. So hopefully it will show up. It'll be on the page. You guys will find me. Ooh. I don't know if I can share it either. Hi guys! Oh, I see people are logging on. I must be in the right spot. Hello! The party people are logging up. Yay. I hope my comments and everything are working because I put a link to the blog post down here. I hope you guys can see that. Where it says for the Jesse James Beads blog. So all your supplies and everything for this project are in that blog post along with like some little tidbits from JJB. So super exciting. Hi, Nancy. Oh, I do see it's on there, but I can't. I wonder if I can move it so I can see the comments. Ooh, I hope I didn't break it. No, I can just see a little smidge of comments. Anyway, moral of the story. Please give this video a share because I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here. So help your girl out. Share this video. Hi, Christine. Hello. I'm just like seeing one person's comment at a time. Anywho, here's the dealio. I am going to make a super spectacular fairy garden necklace, basically. It was going to be a mermaid necklace, but then I was like, no. We're going to be fairies today. Everybody was having so much fun with the mermaids, I thought, okay, I'll just let that be what it is, and we'll just move right on into being wood nymphs in the garden for summertime. Hello. Hi, Sharon. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to get down to the mat because this project is quite time intensive. You know how your girl is. I'm just like, how about all the time? Do you have all the time in the world to make projects? Because that's how I like to do it, I guess. Okay, so I have a painting mat down, so this is a little problematic. There we go. Once you flip down to the mat, we're just going to jump right into the project. Hello. Hi, Marianne. How is everybody this afternoon? I'm doing spectacularly. All right, so this is the project that we're making. Trying to get it up out of the comments there for you guys. And what we're using for this project, I have already started it because, like I said, time intensive. So I did half so you guys could see what I'm talking about. And then we're going to finish the rest of it up on here and I'll show you how to do it. So what we're going to use is we are going to be using Sisters by Heart bead mix. So this is the one with the little butterflies on. There's other colors too. If you want to go a different color palette, they have other colors. They have blue, yellow, pink, like a pink mix. They have this guy, which I thought was really cute. This one is Live Your Dream. I was in debate about Live Your Dream instead of the Sisters by Heart. And then they have this yellow one. Hi. Hi, guys. And so we're also going to need some patina paints. So I'm going to shake up my patina paints ever so quietly over here to the side. Because I didn't even do the patina painting on this side. I wanted you guys to see kind of like the process, but I didn't want to spend like 8 hours trying to show it to you on a live. So we're just going to jump right in. So this leather piece is from JJB, and it was one of the new pieces that came out with like the mermaid beads. And that's why I said originally, I was like, oh, it would be really cute for that. But it's also really cute for this. And then I saw it, I was like, I have to try this. I have to. So that's what we're going to use today. I'm going to be using some patina paints. You can use whatever patina paints you have. All of these ones that I'm using are available on Jesse James Beads if you want to check them out. They're also in the blog post if you follow that link. Hi. Hi, Theisha. You guys, I wish I could see all the comments, but this thing is in my way. How do I fix it? Then I don't see any comments. Hello, Jessica James Beads. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my patina paints going. So I am using the teal, the emerald, and moss for the base of this necklace. This one, this emerald one wants to be complicated, so I gotta find a little pin. Patina painting for the party people, you know it. We love to patina paint. I love patina paint. I think last time we did a patina painting project, a while back, I can't remember what it was though. And I'm using moss. So like I said, all of these colors are available on JGB. And so these are the only ones we're going to be using for this particular moment. And this is so fast, you guys. If you're scared of patina painting, don't be. Don't even worry about it. So I just put a little smidge out here on my palette, and we're just going to do the other half of this leather. So when you get the leather, it's just plain like this. So it's really cool because it's just a blank canvas and you can just use whatever you want. Again, I'm trying to, hi, I see you guys are trying to talk to me. I can't see any of the comments because this thing is in my way. So Jesse James Beads will probably have to be in charge of answering questions. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm starting with the darkest color. I'm going to do an ombre. Just painting down here. I'm going to try to paint on the other side of my camera. And you could do this with any colors. I did it with green, again, because I said that I wanted this to be like a garden project. You know, like fairies in the garden. And so when I think of the garden, the first thing I'm thinking of is like leaves, grass, and like, you know, kind of more foresty, I guess. More forest, actually. I live in Minnesota, so that's kind of a thing. There's a lot of trees up here. So that's what I think of. So I thought, okay, we'll go with the green first. And you just go down as far as you want to. And then it's super easy because these patina paints, when you paint with them, they will go over the top of each other. So now I'm just going to dip into the teal and I'm just going to ombre. And since these patina paints are, they're made for jewelry and for metal, you can just go on ahead and just ombre it on down and it just looks spectacular. And you don't have to worry too much about making sure your colors are all, you know, perfect and everything. And it makes it really cool because then if you did, say you did want to try to go with those pink beads, you could go just paint this pink, you know? So now I'm here with the moss. I might need a smidge more. And you don't need very much, but you gotta be quick is the deal because this stuff dries really fast. So this is why I got this on this tie-dyed, this is just an old tie-dyed shirt that I had. I was like, oh, we got to paint on something. And so there we go. There she is. Done. Presto. Change-o. You're going to want to make sure that you rinse out your brushes right away when you're using patina paint, but you don't have to use water when you do this. If you do use water, you're going to get, it's going to be not as vibrant of color if it sticks at all. If you use too much water with this, you kind of don't want to do that unless you're doing like a whitewash kind of situation. If you want color, don't use any water. Okay? So I'm just kind of brushing to make sure there's no like brown showing. This is going to take just a few seconds to dry up, and in the interim, I'm going to get ready my next portion of the patina painting where I use the yellow and the purple. So I have citrine. They didn't have citrine on JJB, but they did have a similar yellow color. I can't remember the name of it. This one is available on there. This like a little light lavender one. And you don't need very much of this. And this is, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm just extra, you know. So I'm just getting a little yellow and getting a little purple And just getting this ready to go. And then what you do, guys, is you get yourself some cling stamps. All your little scrapbooking stamps or whatever you got. So I am going to go one at a time just because I want us to like put these in a certain place on my leather. So this should be pretty well dried up. Yeah. And so I'm just using little leaves from my stamping, from my, I don't know, it was like from a card kit or something. And I'm just going to take a different brush and I'm going to dip into whatever color I want. I'm going to go with the purple first. And I'm going to paint on this leaf. Now, you do have to be quick with this. If you want to do this, you got to be quick. And you got to get that paint on there evenly. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a blob. And then you just stick it. And since it has holes, you know, you're not going to get the whole impression on there, but you're going to get a general idea, which is cool. I do this a lot with leather earrings, when I make leather earrings. It works spectacularly, and everybody thinks you're so cool because you just have these super awesome, like, stamped earrings, and they're like, oh! And I'm like, yep, super easy. Super easy. But I wanted this to be like, you know, the garden. I'm just double checking this is good to go. It is. So now I'm going to switch my stamp to this other little leaf. It's just a different kind of leaf. And I'm going to go with the purple. And again, no water for this. I'm just getting some on my paintbrush. Make sure you get your patina paint shook up really good, because if you don't, they'll be really runny. And if they're really runny, you're going to end up with a situation. This purple one probably could have had a little more shaken, but you know. And I'm kind of trying to stamp on some of the bigger portions so you can kind of get the idea of what this impression is. Yeah, super cute. I think I will do one flower. Now this flower is pretty big, so I kind of want to make sure that I stamp in the middle so that it just doesn't look like a big old blob that I put on there. So I want to stamp in that kind of in the middle. And for this one, I'm going to mix whatever paints I have left here. Whatever's not dry. So I'm going to kind of go right here, and I'm going to want to kind of go off the side a little bit, I think. Maybe I should go here. Yeah, that looks pretty good, because I got the, whatever you call the middle, the stamen or whatever in the middle of the flower. So it doesn't just look like a big old blob. And then you guys, we're done with patina painting. All done. Wash your brush out. Move your water away from your electronics. If you're anything like me, I'm like super dangerous. And get this out of the way. I'm refreshing, but it doesn't matter because I can't see the comments anyways. Kind of sucks. And that's the patina painting portion of our little video. I'm just going to put my stamps on here so I don't lose them. Yeah. All right. So now we give that a little hot minute to just dry up. And if you feel weird about it, you can just go like this, but it's pretty good. This one's probably not all the way dry yet. So for the wire portion of this, to get the little wire portions in here, so I don't know if you can see, I have them individually wired into the holes with whatever beads that I had, whatever beads would fit. And so there really is no rhyme or reason in true Randee fashion. There's no rhyme or reason to this. You just put them in there where they can fit. But this is part of the fun of this necklace is trying to get them. It's kind of like a puzzle, like which ones are going to fit in there. And so what I did is I took this mix and I split it And I had, for this side, I had, you know, one little dish, and now we're going on to the next side. I did use 2 pieces of the fairy silk. And so I've already cut this one because I got it going here. But I wanted to show you, here's like a darker purple. This was another option you could go with. But I used 2 full pieces. So this is what 2 full pieces looks like. So you're going to need that much for the, if you do this exactly like this, you'll need 2 full pieces of that. I debated about going with the darker purple, but I thought, this one kind of matches. I think this is purple. I don't know what you guys think. A lot of people said they thought it was pink after, and I was like, oh, maybe it is pink. I was like, oh, sorry. I thought it was like a fuchsia purple. So then we are going to use Beadalon 26 gauge German style wire. 26 gauge is pretty small, and quite honestly, I don't work with 26 gauge a whole lot, but it's been going very well for this. So that's what we're using. I just busted into it, and you get quite a lot. So I'm just like, all right. I had a little piece cut off already. I gotta get it unwound here. And all this stuff is listed in that blog post. So if you're can't remember, it's fine. And then we're just going to start wiring. So I'm just cutting these a little, into little shorter pieces. So what I found out from doing this first portion is that you can see I ended over here. And I kind of was adding chain. So I have chain reaction. And I had like a purple one and a clear one. And I've been kind of alternating because my plan here is to have this, when you have it on, it's going to be a shorter necklace, and all the chains are going to kind of come to a V like this. Like, that's the idea. You would wear it with like maybe a plain dress or a plain shirt so that it just really brings interest. Like, that's your interesting piece of your outfit. Like, this is how it is in my head. So I'm like, okay. So I've been adding the chains as we go. And one of the fun things that I've been doing with the chains is I'm like, if I'm putting them up higher, I'm running them through these holes. And so some of them are coming out the front and going over the front. And some of them are coming out the back of the necklace. And so, but still, when you wear it and it's hanging down, they're all going to be kind of coming to a V. So that's the idea. And what I found out is when you go with your little wire, you don't want to have too large of a piece of wire because you're going to end up with a bigger problem than you started with. So I've never done this on camera before, but we're going to wing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just using my chain nose to do this with. I'm just making a bend in this wire. And pretty much it's just like wire wrapping onto metal, except for you're wire wrapping onto leather. So I'm just going to choose a spot here. We'll start working on this one. And before I put any of my beads on, I'm going to wrap this first wire around. And it doesn't matter. I mean, it might matter to you. It doesn't matter to me if you want to go horizontally or diagonally with your wraps. I've found that I've done both and both work. So it kind of just depends on what beads you have and what's going to fit in there. And then I'm just wrapping this through here, and I'm using my chain nose to just grab a hold of it and then bring it back to the front. And I go at least twice. You can go as many times as you want, or, not as many times. I've been going at least twice. And then here's the cool part. For the ending, you always end in the front, and you're just going to make a little tiny rosette. So you don't have to do any tucking or anything. It's very easy. You just grab a hold of the tippy tip with your chain nose, and you're going to spin your piece one way and your chain nose the other way to make this rosette. You don't have to do that, but it just makes it a lot easier. And so you can see it just makes a cute little rosette. You can then push it in. You guys, I'm sorry about my fingernails. I was doing all this wrapping last night, and it's just havoc. Just havoc. And so if you want to, if you can get in there with your chain nose or with your flat nose and give it a smush, you can do that to just secure it a little more. And since leather is really malleable, easy peasy. So now it's on there. It's not going anywhere. And now we get to pick our bead. And I considered also using, I didn't because I thought cost effectiveness, but if you wanted to, Jesse James just put out these 2 chakra strands. One is amethyst and one is, I think, crazy lace. And I thought that with this mix, those would have been really cute in there too. But I thought, I'm going to try to just go with the 1 butterfly mix. And so then you just pick your bead, and that's how you do it. So now I could put 1 bead in there, or I could put more beads depending on what I want to do, how many beads you got, what fits in there. On places where I only put 1 bead, I put these little ties of silk, so you don't have to put as many beads if you don't want to. You can just put a little tie on there for spacing. I think for this one, since it's in the front, I am going to use maybe another sparkly bead. And then you just take your little wire. See, this one might be a little long. And you just tie it around like so, just wrapping around. And when wrapping, I would say this. You don't want to be bending too much with your pliers because you will bend, because it's just a little 26 gauge. It's going to snap off. So I've been trying to wrap instead of bend it, you know, with my fingers. But if you have to really get in there with your plier, you can. And then also, if you want to go on the other side of your wire, like right here, you can do that too to secure it. And that's what I'm doing. And then again, we'll just do the rosette on the front. So always ending on the front. And if you want to come in here and, you know, clean that up a little bit, do that. And if you feel like you got too much wire there, you can just give it a little snip. Or if you were really bending in one place and you don't like that, you can just give it a little snip, because you don't need much to make the little rosette. Just want to make sure there's no pokey parts. And there he is. Super cute. So now I showed this to my significant other, and my significant other said, I don't know if I would have used silver wire to do all the wrapping, because he said he felt like the wire really stuck out. Here's the kicker. If you don't want the wire to stick out once you're done with your little tiny paintbrush, you just very carefully get a little patina paint and just go over so it blends in better. Okay. Because the patina paint is for metal. It will stick to wire. It might, you know, not stay on there like 8,000%. But if that's part of your issue, you could do that. Or you could use colored wire from the jump. Depends on what you want to do. So, I'm going to start going some more over here. And with these chain pieces, I will say that I've been putting the chain pieces in first. So let's put in a chain piece just so we know. You could either do it with jump rings. These are bead-along jump rings. Just round bead-along jump rings. They are available on the site on Jesse James Beads. You can either do it with jump rings if you want to connect it to the leather, but if you wanted to just connect a piece of this chain reaction, which is already spaced out, I haven't been changing the spacing at all. You can if you want to. No rules, you know. But what I've been doing is I've just been going from crystal to crystal, cutting off a little piece. And so instead of using a jump ring for this one, we'll wire this one in. Okay. So since you're using this little wire, he's just going to fit on there. However, if you're going to wire them in, I would suggest doing the across wiring so that has somewhere to hang. So for this one, this wire's too long. And you guys have just been having the funnest time. And that's what counts, I think, right? I've just been having the funnest time doing this. It's so crazy. So I'm like, well, I'll just go right here. And I'm doing my very best to stay on camera. It's kind of an interesting angle, let me tell you what. And once you get into a rhythm, it actually goes pretty quick. So there's my first one. So where I bent it, I'm just going to snip that off to the rosette. Yeah, I didn't spin my piece fast enough. Get that in there how you want it. I'm sorry if you guys are talking to me. I can't see the comments. And then you just take your little piece of chain. So I've been leaving the crystal on the bottom and connecting charms there. So I'm just going to leave it on the bottom. So you just connect the little chain piece right on there. And then here's where you can make your choice of whether you want this to come out over the top, or if you wanted to put it through the back, if you can get it through there, I guess. And then, you know, maybe run it up through one of these other holes, however you want it to come out. You're going to want to do that first before you start putting your wire wrapping your beads in, because if you don't do that before you start wire wrapping your beads in, you're going to be stuck because they're not going to fit in there once you know, got it through there. So I think for this one, maybe I'll go like this. And then I am going to put a little bead here. This mix comes with these little pink ones, which have been quite helpful in spacing. They almost look like a little cat eye or something. So I've been using those when need be to just fit in there to hold it a little tighter. And it works out pretty good. And so then just wrap it around. See, this wire is a little bit long. Also, you don't want to get a kink in your wire when you're wrapping these up because it will break. It makes the wire really weak in that spot. So if you do get a kink, you might have to either get it out right away or, you know, maybe go with a different piece or trim it up so that kink's not in there, because it will make your wire weak and that'll break. That might even be a little much. Ooh, come here, you. And now, here's another fun part. You get to put on your charm. Well, you can put your charm on. Here's the charms that I have left. I was in debate. I don't know what you guys think. I was in debate about putting the fairy wings on. I thought, oh, maybe I want to save those for earrings. Or fairy wings, butterfly wings, whatever they're called. But I do have a little heart I could use. I just think this one's going to be right in the front. So what do I want on there, you know? This one I've just made with wire and the fairy silk. It's supposed to look like a dangling flower for our garden. You know, I think I'm going to put it on there. I think it goes with the theme. If you don't like it, you can always just wind up a bead or, you know, just something that matches. I'm going to try it. I just realized there's a jump ring on here. Look. Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be cute. All right. So now I'll move on to the next one. And you don't have to put beads in every single little space if you don't want to. You could skip some. That's completely up to you. I kind of want to use some of these bigger crystals down here in the front. So I might go right here. Gotta get a little different piece of wire. My significant other just got home from work. He says, "Oh, are you live?" Yes. You're loving it? Good, I'm glad. Regardless, I think, like, however it turns out, I think it's cool that everybody's is going to turn out different. We can all be fairies. You know how the fairies come and they're in different colors. Yeah. And then it's just fun. It's just fun trying to see if you can get these certain beads in different places, you know, like a puzzle. I really have been having a lot of fun with it. You could also get, you know, really spectacular with your wire wrap in here. I'm just doing enough to see if I can get it on there, because, you know, that's how I do. But if you were really good at wire wrapping, you could do all kinds of cool designs and stuff. So I think in this one, I'm going to leave extra space, and then we'll tie a little piece of the fairy silk on so you can see how I did that. And quite honestly, guys, I don't know if we'll get through all of this today, but if we don't, you got the gist of it anyways. It's kind of different when you're, you know, trying to explain and be on the camera when you're, versus when you're just sitting down here by yourself, just hum-de-dum, jamming out to your tunes. Or listening to your Audible books, in my case. That one might be a little long. I found if they're too long, when you try to wind them up, it kind of gets a little problematic. But I'm always like, oh, I wanted to make a cool flower. And then just smush it. Smush. Smush, smush. All right, and then, so since I've been using these 2 pieces of fairy silk, I better put this one back where it goes so I don't accidentally forget and cut it up. For this, I just did a lark's head knot onto the side here. Let's see. No, this way. Just a lark's head knot. And originally, I still did it backwards. Do you guys see me? What in the world am I doing here? Originally, I was going to just leave it as a tie necklace, but I did decide to put a lobster claw on it, and I did that by just putting a little wire on here, and then I just added a jump ring to a little loop of the wire. I just thought that was fun. So this right here, for the endings, this is 1 piece of the fairy silk, and then I have this other piece that I'm working with, which is what I'm doing down here. And so for this portion, I just take a little take a little piece. I guess it depends on how cool you are. I got to have a little extra because my fingers to get in there. I got kind of, I don't know. So I just go around the wire with my fairy silk. Like that. And then just tie a regular knot. A regular overhand knot. Just once. You don't have to tie it twice. See, I might have even did this one a little short. But I was trying to conserve, you know how that goes. There we go. So then when you just tie them one time, and then you trim. So like you can make them really small. I kind of like mine to be small. Ta-da! And then this, it's kind of supposed to look like little flowers growing in there. Oops. I just cut my wire when flying. Okay, and then this little kit also comes with these crystals. Now, I don't know if these are, I don't know what kind of crystals these are. But anyways. Did you guys hear that thing about the place and now you're not supposed to use their name at all? You know, the place that used to make these but decided not to anymore. I heard that on the internet and you're not supposed to use their name, I guess. And I said, well, that's too bad because most of the handmade makers I know are making really cool things and they're losing out on all that advertising. But that's just me. So I think I'll go here. It would fit here. It's too big to fit in there. Looks like this is the winner. Before I go into that little spot, I'm thinking maybe I should put a chain on this top one. What is this? Oh, it cut it off. I'm sorry, you guys, if you're talking to me. I don't usually use links. That's probably why I'm just not used to it. I'm sure there's a way to like get that so I can see comments, but I'm just not savvy enough to know what it is. Okay. Originally, I thought this would be like a bib necklace. But again, I ran it through my significant other. He has all kinds of great ideas. And he said, you know, no, you should move it down a little further instead of it being like a bib, like a really kind of tight bib necklace, which is one of the reasons I put the lobster claw on there. Because he said, what if somebody, you know, his neck is wider than this and then it's going to make your leather go twisty? So I had not thought of that. So I said, oh, I'll have to make sure I mention that. Because originally when I saw this piece, Sarah showed it to me. And I was like, oh, and within 2 seconds, I was like, oh yeah, I got a plan. I got a plan for that. I'm super excited. So I've been waiting and waiting for it to come. And it's really been fun. This one's being a little shyster. Come here, you. It's not pokey. Yeah, all right, maybe a little chain. And then I think I want to make 2 of these. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just like way over. I think I want to make 2 of these. These are supposed to look like little I kind of have it kind of shoved in there a little bit. I might have to use a little smidge of glue, but it's supposed to look like a little rose in there. So it is actually on wire, and I think I'll make 2 of those over here somewhere, just so that it, I don't know, kind of is evened out, I guess. So maybe I'll do one like down here and one up here. That would be cute. And I've just been alternating this chain I'm using. One clear, one purple. I'm like, where's my other plier? And you could shorten these up, I guess, if you wanted to, and have them be different lengths, but I've just been hanging them on different places in the necklace. And so that's kind of what's giving me my taper. I don't want it to be too, like, too crazy. It's like already a lot, you know? It's already a lot. All right. Where's this one gonna go? I'll just hook him right here. The fun thing with these jump rings, you can just kind of hook them wherever you want to. Whether it be kitty corner or, you know, up and down. You don't have to worry about then wrapping it a certain way. Oh, you guys. However, you do have to put your chain on there. You do, if that's your purpose. Okay, and then again, decisions about where this one's going to come down at. So I could go behind. So my last one is coming out through the front. This one, I think, just leave it from the back. I better go like this. Come through here. I don't have any that show chain in the front like that, so I don't know if I want to do that. I think I'll just put him to the back and he can dangle down here. Yeah, that'll be good. And then I got another one of these little hearts. I'm running out of charms, though, I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm sure I have millions of charms floating around that I could use, but I didn't count them, I guess. Nobody's surprised. I was just like, oh, charms. But I do have this other pack of beads that match, and I was like, maybe I might have to bust into those. But also, that you guys, I don't know if you saw, I did a video the other day, and I had some, I used the new Jesse James Flowers Just For You on YouTube, and that's this one right here, and I made a necklace with it, and I had a few left over from it, and there's some butterflies in there, and I might steal those out of there and use those, because this one has a butterfly right here. They're gold, which, you know, is what it is, I guess. Might have to use those. Okay, I'll show you how I make this little flower. So for this little flower, just get a little piece here and start it out as we normally would do. And I'm going to put that flower down here because I think that would be a good spot for it. So I'm just going to start this out. And so here's the thing. If you're in this situation and you're like, oh, I really want to just push it through there and then grab it, don't do that. You have to do it with the tip, because otherwise you're going to make your wire weak. And I know it gets bendy and weird and you're like, no. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. So just FYI on that. Tested that out. It's not great. The cool thing about using this little tiny wire, though, is that it's very workable. So you can kind of get it to do whatever you really want it to, which is fun. Okay, so easy peasy. What you do, this kit comes with bead caps. So you can use beads or bead cap. I'm going to use one bead cap and one bead. I think I'll use this little pink one. And so once you got it on there, you just put on your little pink bead onto your wire. And then you're going to take your silk. Now, I've been using up all my little scrappy scraps, so I'm going to use these. And you're just going to thread this on there. You're just going to poke the wire through the silk and do like so. You just poke it through there. And then grab and kind of fold it. If you guys know what I mean. So you're kind of going and folding it onto there. Another way you could do is you could cut them all really small and then just stack them up. But I found this folding method, so you just stick it through there and then fold it over. It kind of makes it look more like a flower. And then once it's on there, you just push it up to the bead. That's going to look like a big old jumbled mess, but don't even worry about that. Then you're going to come in with your bead cap, cover cap, bead cap. Put this on there. Now, the thing about this is that you do kind of want this to be snug. So if there's, more room in your space right here, you might want to go ahead and do another bead. Because if it's loose, it might just look like a big old jumbled mess. But if it's tight, it's going to look kind of like a flower. You see? And then you just snug it on up. Easy peasy. Give it a little snip. And now you got a flower. This is cute. It kind of looks like it's in a vase. I didn't do that on this other one. Maybe that's why it looks kind of, well, I do have a bead on there, but it looks kind of just, I put too much, I feel like I put maybe a little too much on there, so I'm going to just kind of tuck it in and do a little glue. So I guess that's what they look like. When one is tighter and one is, not as tight, then it looks bigger. So your preference. Okay, now I feel like we should add another chain to hang down. Where's my purple one? Did I use all the purple one? No, here it is. I also thought when I was making this, you guys, I was thinking about some of my friends, and I don't know if they're on here because I can't see the comments, but some of my friends go to like Renaissance festivals and, you know, different festivals and music things and stuff like that. And like this could be a cute project when there's like a theme or, you know, a costume of some kind. Or if you're like me and you're just like, I want to wear this with my Johnny Cash shirt, that's fine too. Because I'm definitely going to do that. Where do I want this guy to go? I think for this one I'll go here and I'm going to wire wrap it sideways again. To this one. That one's kind of thick. If I was gonna do the mermaid theme on this one, I was gonna do the blue butterfly mix. I can't remember what the blue one is called, but there's a really pretty blue one. And I thought, because in my head, if I'm a mermaid, I'm like, probably blue. Ugh. I went the wrong way. Went the wrong way. So if you hang out on Morning Coffee on YouTube for Thunderhorse Ascendant, I was talking on there originally when Sarah had showed me this. I was like, oh, I gotta get with my friends and discuss that. And the number one thing they said was where they were concerned about maybe the weight of the necklace and it hanging straight. But I think with this chain situation and gravity, I think we're gonna be fine. And then my friends on Morning Coffee also helped me because I said, I would love to do this. I want to do this. I'm concerned about the wires. And they're the ones who helped me come up with this idea about doing the rosette in the front. So, very grateful about that. Let's see, does this one fit on there? Yeah. And I go into this one. Jake. My hound dog has allergies. He's over there just scratching. Another thing you could do, by the way, also with your wrapping, if you're in a weird place and you're like, I don't know about that, you can always take your little wire once you've gone around and you could just go around this wire right here. So it goes around like you would like an earring or something. And then bring it back. And then just do your rosette so it looks like the other ones. Ooh. I'm trying to look through, you guys, I'm trying to look through my camera to make sure that I'm on the camera and I'm spinning it the wrong direction. Hi. And you can kind of just pretty it up how you want. And then we have to go with our chain. I think. Are you going to go through there? Ugh, just barely. I'm not in love with that, the way that one is in there. Take him back out of there. I'm gonna go this way. I don't know if I want him over the top of my flower, though. How about over here? Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. This is part of the puzzle I'm talking about. And then I'm going to try one of these little, what do you guys think? The gold butterfly? This one has a gold back. Or I have wings, but I feel like those wings are too close to these wings. Or I could wind up some beads like I did here with this one. But I think I'm going to need these beads for the rest of the little holes. So I think I'm going to try the gold butterfly. Guys, look at my little tiny jar. I can't love these little tiny jars enough. I use them for everything. And you know, I was thinking, if you had, like I have a whole jar of Jesse James beads flower tassels. And if you've been looking for something to do with those flower tassels, this might be a good project for those. Because I thought, when I did this one, I thought, oh yeah, those little flower tassels would be great. So I see we are coming up on 2:57. And so I'm just going to keep going here for the next couple of minutes. And then I will just sign off. I'm going to have to take a picture because I don't think we're going to get through all that. I tried my best, though, you guys, to get us through it. But, you know, I can post photos up once I got it done so you guys can see. Want to keep you here for a million years. Also, I'll do one more. I would really just like to, I don't know. There's something about this project that just really, I like it a lot. It makes me feel calm. It's fun to do. Highly recommend. That one got a little short. All right. Oh, these ones. These ones are kind of like a larger little rectangle. They got big ones and they got little tiny ones in here. And so I kind of like these because they look cool in the horizontal holes, you know, going up and down. So it's kind of fun to use those. Oop. I'm going to use two. See what happens. Big one and a little one. Ooh. Oh, and also this heart, which goes up and down, so it's perfect for right here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got way too much wire for this, I can already tell. You guys, the other day, I was using some of that, 5mm flat wire that I get from JJB. We were metal stamping on it. Cut it off. I'd never used it before. And I cut it off and it went flying into my light. It scared me. I was just like, oh, what? I had to put a bag over the end. I was afraid to catch it when I cut it off. Scared my hound dog and everything. Because when it went flying, I went, oh! Alright, so that's going to be my last one that I'm going to do on camera with you guys. But I hope I was able to at least give you the gist of it and show you all the different things that I was doing here and how to connect the ends. So that's what I got. Just takes a little patience. Let me flip you guys around. Try to anyway. Whoop. Don't mind all of that. I'm cleaning my studio. I did clean my table off. Any of you guys who follow me on my stuff, you're like, yeah, I gotta clean that table, Randee. Holy cow. So let me just show you what it would look like once it was all done. So gravity is working to our advantage. Things are dangling and hanging. That's good. And then when you put it on, if you had on, just a plain shirt or something, that's how it would look. And I thought it would make a really super cool, just like focal piece. So anyways, you guys, if you would like to be a fairy, that's a good way. If you want to be a mermaid, just do it in blue. It's going to be great. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. If you do try it, I would love to see your photos. And I'll finish mine up here and I'll get some photos over to Sarah so maybe she can post them or I can post them or whatever. But I'm sorry I couldn't see your comments. But I want you guys to know that I really love hanging out with you. And I hope that I'll see you guys again next time for whatever I've dreamt up that day. Hope you have a wonderful day, and you can find the supplies by following this link right there. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!